Okay, well, let's get started. I just wanted to find first and just get a check here. How many people and companies that are represented here, just in the last few years, have more or less adopted this need for innovation? The corporation says, we need to grow organically. We need to grow our revenue. And they've thrown out some targets. We need to grow $10 million over 10 years, or we need to double our revenue, all those sorts of things. And so they've said, we need to go do this, so we need to institute some kind of innovation program. Anyone? Is everyone in the same boat? Okay. How many of you are responsible for that sort of program, to lay that out? Some of you are, and some of you participate in it. Okay. So as we go through this, what I want to just talk about is some of these steps that are required to institute a winning process. And we're really going to focus on this very first step, which is select the right process. After you select the right process, the management has to adopt it and then build a competency in that process and then institutionalize it. Now, what I see happening in a lot of cases are companies are institutionalizing the process they already have. And if you've checked a lot of the stats on current success rates, they're at about 10 to 30% success. So if you're thinking about institutionalizing the process you already have, that means you're going to guarantee that you're going to end up with a 10 to 30% success rate. So I think we want to look at this a little bit differently. I threw this up here last year too. Innovation is actually, of course, very critical to your success. How many of you would say within your company there's agreement as to what innovation is? You know, one. That's one more than last year. And how many of you say there's agreement in your company as to what a customer need is? The same as last year. So this is the area we want to still focus on because there's such great ramification here in terms of these inputs into the innovation process. You have one article on your desk there. It's published by MIT Sloan. It's called Giving Customers a Fair Hearing. It's all about customer needs. And it's really going to go after, it goes after, for the first time, a solid definition of what a customer need actually is. And a lot of the detail that we're going to talk about here tonight assumes that that is the input, all right? So we're going to say that there's a solid definition for a need. I'm going to show you what it is. And the ramifications of us understanding what a customer need is going to have a big impact on the process. So we're going to talk about that. There's a couple of big reasons why the innovation process is struggling. One is it's really not understood as a business process today. It's, like I said, a lot of companies don't realize that in order to institute a good innovation process, you have to understand what innovation is and understand it as a process. So that's going to be the first thing we work on. And then second, there's still a lot of, I call them false beliefs that are out there, such as innovation is this disorderly process that can't be organized, or that customers can't articulate their actual needs and requirements, or that innovation begins with an idea. I got all these off Wikipedia, so we know they're true, right? Got these down. But they're common beliefs, and what we're going to do is to attack them a little bit because they're not true. That's the problem. And as people think through innovation as a process, if they adopt these kind of beliefs, they're never going to get to where they need to come up with some good success rates. Now, what we're trying to do here, we're trying to come up with a process that is currently has a 70 to 90% failure rate, and we're trying to turn that into a process that has a 70 to 90% success rate. Now, that's no small feat. We're not going to do that by talking to more customers or coming up with ideas faster. There's really something inherently wrong with the way the process is being executed, and that's what we want to go after first.